There's been a few actually. I mean, we arrived in Rajkot quite early, and one of the good things is that a lot of the overseas players were involved in the World Cup. So it gave me a real opportunity to see the youngsters up close and personal, and that was quite an important thing for a coach to understand. You know, those guys from different parts of India. Really impressed with Ishan Kishan, the under-19 captain. And I'm sure he's was pretty well led with Rahul Dravid there. He's an exciting player. The guys from UP, who are the champions as well. Glavia's hitting the ball extremely well. Young Nath is an up-and-coming superstar who hits the ball really hard. As Suresh mentioned, these guys mightn't have had opportunities at the highest level, but certainly in the domestic level, they're champions. So what they've been doing is pretty much correct. There's no secrets with them. I mean, a lot of those guys have played a lot of international cricket, and we've all studied their games and studied exactly where they hit the ball and where they bowl the ball. But on a game situation, that can go out the window sometimes. I mean, they're good cricketers, aren't they? They're exceptional cricketers. Sean, Glenn Maxwell, who's best mates with Finchie as well, and Mitchell Johnson, who's recently been retired, is probably fired up to do well. So they're just like any other cricketer that walks out on the park of Indian Premier League. There's always a string of 11 good players, so you can't neglect the other other 8 that are out on that park, whether they're Australians or any other country. They're always dangerous. So we'll give them their due course and make sure we plan properly for those 3 in particular. No, we worked very hard, like every other team. This franchise came together quite late, and as a coaching staff, we were put together quite late. So we worked very hard, very close with Suresh, to really understand the local boys as well. Already we had 5 to work with, but we needed to fill another 14 or 15 slots, and that was always going to be a task in the auction. But I think we did wonderfully well. And I think we've got some extreme talent within the side, but also on the bench as well. So there was a lot of planning, a lot of work that went into the numbers and all that sort of thing. And the strategic management of cricket is actually a great thing. When you get behind the scenes and trying to put the chess pieces together, is really, really interesting. So we did that, and I think all in all in the auction, as I mentioned before, I think our side and Pune were quite up against it, when all the other sides had nearly full lists. So to get this team together, and we saw Pune win last night, that anything's possible. And we're pretty confident that the work we've done behind the scenes will put us in good stead for match days.